Hey everybody, thanks for checking this video out. If you're watching this, you're probably interested in getting your football program social media friendly and active. Um, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Wes Wilson. I serve as the Football Boosters Club president at Mingo Central High School, this beautiful school you can see in our video here. It's on a mountaintop in Mingo County, West Virginia. We're in very rural West Virginia in the southwestern corner. So basically, not only am I Football Boosters Club president, I also serve as sort of a media specialist for the team. I do a lot of the graphics and posters and all this stuff. So what you're looking at here is some footage of a film we shot, preseason film in 2015. I wanted to show this one and not last year's, only because it shows off the scenery around our stadium. Give you some background though on our program. We're a Class AA size school with about 800 students entering our 7th year of existence. And last season we captured our first state championship in Class AA, beat every opponent in every game of the season by 20 or more points a game, and went 14-0, which was the first perfect season in the history of our county. So very exciting year, had a very successful year. But over the last few months, our coaching staff and myself have gotten a lot of questions of how do we do what we do on Facebook, Twitter, and build the audience that we have. So basically, I wanted to put together a quick little video, or as quick as I can make it here, that kind of breaks down what we do, how we do it, and how we make it successful. It's not hard at all, guys. If you're a coach, an athletic director, a principal, an assistant coach, even somebody that just helps out a football team, you can learn how to do this stuff. It's not fancy at all. So let's jump off of the video here, even though it's really fun to watch, and jump over to our first thing here, which is our Facebook page. Mingo Central Football is our username on Facebook. You can create a Facebook business page. Guys, real important thing, don't make a personal Facebook page that you actually have to add it as a friend. If you go up to the top here and type in pages, it will allow you to create a page. It's called a business page, and you'll want to pick, a school sports team, or you can categorize it however you wish. But obviously make it a name that's probably your school name and the sport. One thing I would note, I wouldn't use a number in your username. That confuses people a lot of times. And another example would be if you have a school that has, as an example here in West Virginia, there's 2 Liberty high schools. You may want to put Liberty Harrison football or Liberty Raleigh. That's our 2 different Liberties. Or, like an example, there's John F. Kennedy high schools in multiple states. Maybe you'd put TX after it to represent Texas, or WV to represent West Virginia, something like that. But as you can see, we've got a pretty cool Facebook page. We've got about 2,300 people that like our page, 2,300 that follow it. We're down a little bit on our post count this week. But Facebook is awesome, guys, because you have such an audience, a variable audience, meaning there's everyone from younger kids all the way up to your older, retired folks. And Facebook's our most powerful tool only because you reach such a broad spectrum of people. This video was posted just a few days ago. Today's the 19th. This was posted 2 days ago. It already has 2,300 views on Facebook. So that shows you we're getting a very large outreach. Gets really popular, and people can go on Facebook. They find out you're on there. They like your page. They can find out what's going on. We share a lot of photos, graphics, pictures on our Facebook, so it really gets people hyped up about this is a uniform and helmet reveal we have coming up actually on Friday. Another great thing about Facebook, if this will load for me, is obviously you can have videos, but you can also have events. So we have a movie premiere coming up in August. We have a Meet the Minors night, which is when we introduce our team to the public and our cheerleaders. Everybody gets introduced. And then we have our first scrimmage. By putting an event page on Facebook, people know that the stuff is going on. And as an example, you can see Ricky, one of my friends, is going to the movie premiere. Well, if Ricky marks that he's going, all of Ricky's friends will see that. And so you reach out to people that maybe didn't realize you had a Facebook page or didn't know what was going on. So really powerful tool there. So Facebook can be really good for that. Great for photos, videos, just getting the word out. So number one thing, if you don't have it yet for your football team, you need a Facebook page, an official Facebook page. Make sure you get your official logo on there, a big picture of your stadium, something like that. The second most important thing for us is our Twitter. We created a Twitter earlier this year. We weren't on Twitter before then, but we realized the importance of it. And the neat thing with Twitter is you're going to reach a lot younger crowd. A lot of our students have Twitter. A lot of our athletes have Twitter. And Twitter's a little bit more hip. You aren't going to reach the older crowd that you do on Facebook. But Same thing. You want to have an official logo, good cover photo which shows off our field and our scoreboard and all that. A big thing is having a good bio. Ours, obviously says official Twitter, Mingo Central High School football. Tells them, state champions, Cardinal Conference champions. Another important thing is your username. If you can make your Facebook page username, I'm going to jump back over here, and your Twitter username the same thing, that's very good. We were unable to, only because Mingo Central Football was too long of a name for Twitter, so we had to condense it to FB to represent football. But Twitter's great. As you can see, we're doing a countdown of our older players that have graduated through our program. So Alex Booger Lee, number 37, we have 37 days till the season starts, so we used him. And I'll talk a little bit later about how we do these graphics and stuff. But Twitter's great. We've developed a hashtag for our team. This year it's called This Is Mingo, hashtag This Is Mingo. Previously, and we still use it, as hashtag Dig In. And we use emojis, our M, the football, the pickaxe. And you can see we'll post videos on here too, photos. Here's a press release we had for media about our media day upcoming. And Twitter, cool thing, you can share things with other people. And a good example is our head coach Joey Fields got on a podcast with Riverside High School head coach Zach Davis and talked. So Zach posted it, we shared it, and it reached quite a few people. Got 5 retweets, 11 favorites, which isn't a whole lot initially, but it'll add up over time. It gets progressively popular. Again, Facebook, Twitter, there's your 2 most popular things. Highly recommend you have both, and Twitter's real nice for getting scores out, stuff like that real quickly. Our third biggest thing we use, and it's not really a team thing, but something I maintain, is our Maxpreps page. If you haven't contacted Maxpreps and you're a coach or an athletic director, you can simply contact them, go on here and let them know who you are and give them your email, and you can sign into your team's page and be able to edit things. As soon as our schedule goes in for the year, I go ahead and put our schedule in. We have a roster. Obviously, everybody's on here. We keep that updated. And what's neat is, where we're such a young school, our entire Maxpreps history is accurate and correct, and that's not the case for a lot of schools. So you may need to go back in if you have an older school and update your history or change some numbers and records and scores. But having an accurate Maxpreps page is really useful, because a lot of news stations, newspapers and stuff, they'll use Maxpreps as a source for their information. Another really useful app that we've been using is called ScoreStream. If you don't have it, you need to get your fans involved with it, get your parents, your players, everybody to download it. ScoreStream is basically like a public scoreboard, and when a game's going on, you'll open the app up and you can report the score as the game goes on. And you have to have an account, but you don't have to be anything official on here to report a score. So what's cool, you can see we have an upcoming game with Point Pleasant on August 25th. We have a game page for it. So let me click on this. And ScoreStream, by the way, is for all sports. It's not just football. So you can go in here and do basketball, soccer, volleyball, anything you want. So people can go on here, obviously, trash talk, post photos at the game, all that good stuff. It's got the box score on here. It tells you where the game's at, which ours is at Ohio Valley Bank Field in Point Pleasant. And it is the correct venue. But what's really cool about ScoreStream is, let's jump back to Facebook. You say, well, Wes, the problem is we don't have anybody like you to do graphics. We don't have anybody to create things. I'm not technology friendly. Well, what's great about ScoreStream, if you have an account with them, is you can go to Tools. Check this out, guys. Really neat. Create a promo graphic. And so you find your game. Let me just type in our team, Mingo Central. And then it's going to come up our first game. I'll select it. And you go down here, and it allows you, look at this, different styles of graphics you can pick. I'm just going to select this one as an example. You can pick your first team, so you can pick the primary team that the graphic's made for. You can pick which program, obviously Twitter for us, or you could use this on Facebook, anything, guys. And there's your graphic. Now you can change the background, bunch of different ideas there you can go through, and you can edit certain text on it. So we could change this to whatever you want it to say, which is cool, and you can change this as well. So something really neat, you download the image, you can post it on Facebook, Twitter. So there's a really good thing if your graphics are if you don't have time for graphics, ScoreStream does it for you. Another really important thing for us is having an email address, and I think every team ought to have this, an official email address for the team. I know a lot of schools have an official school email and all that stuff, but to me, having an official team email is really important, especially with dealing with media people. We have a stats guy every Friday night when the games are over. He sends stats out to the media, our local papers, TV stations, all that. So having this account is really useful for that. So make you a Gmail account or a Yahoo account. Ours is simply mingocentralfootball@gmail.com. Again, I would use your team name and then your sport, just to be simple. Maybe put your state in there if you're one of those schools that has a you have another school in a different state has the same name. Maybe put WV or KY for Kentucky, whatever state you may be in. One thing important with your Gmail though, when you create a Google account, you have to use a first and last name. Obviously, you got to put your name in there. So when I made this account for our team, it was it had Wes Wilson as the first and last name. Well, obviously, we didn't want to be sending emails and showing it saying Wes Wilson. So you can go to settings once you create the account, and you have to put a birthday in there too. But once you do this, hit settings wheel, then click settings. Go to accounts and import, and you'll see the send mail as tab. You can see it says Mingo Central Football now. Well, if I hit edit info, get this box comes up. And by default, this right here will say whatever your name was you registered the Google message for. Just type whatever your program name is in here. Mingo Central Football is ours, so we obviously put that in there. Check the box, save changes, and anytime you send or receive an email from this account, it'll say Mingo Central Football, and your address is obviously yourteam@gmail.com. So that way you're not seeing an email that says Bob Smith sent an email, but his address is whatever the team name is. That gets really confusing. So I definitely suggest getting that going. So that's basically the 5 big first things: Facebook, Twitter, Maxpreps, ScoreStream, and having an email, or in this case a Gmail account for your team. Now, something I'll say is optional, but it's something really cool we got into last year, is we built our own website through Wix.com. We pay a fee. It is something you have to pay for. Everything up until this point has been free. You can have a Facebook for free, Twitter for free, Maxpreps is free, ScoreStream is free, Gmail's free. So, guys, if money's an issue, you should still be able to afford a website. It's nothing ridiculously priced. So basically, here's our website. We have a countdown clock that's synchronized with a clock that's in our locker room. Players get to see it every day when they warm up and practice. So it's really cool. We've got some photos on here. We've got info about our team, the boosters club, cheerleaders, everybody's on here. Schedules, that's really important, having those on here. And something big too, if you're going to do a website, I recommend is having your history on here, guys. Have an opponent history. It tells you, how many times have we played Chapmanville? When's the first time we played them? It's got all that good info. And people that work with the media really appreciate you having these on your sites. It's real easy, makes it easy for them. Being a photographer for a newspaper, I know how important this is. We've gone through here, done our year by year. Now, this is easy for us because we're only in our 7th season. I know for some teams, you've existed a lot longer, so it may take a little while to put something together like this, but it's really worth it, and it's neat to have all this compiled in one place. One other important thing, too, we put a social feed on our website, so everything I've talked to you about, Facebook, Twitter, Maxpreps, ScoreStream, it's all linked up here in our social feed, so you'll see I was showing some of this earlier. It's all right here in our feed, and this will actually get longer or drop down as more information is on there. We also have a scoreboard. You can see that's a ScoreStream app as well, so there's another reason to have ScoreStream. So website's really cool, and we have it linked up to our Facebook, our Twitter, and some YouTube videos we use. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is our app. We just got an app from a company called themobileappshop.com. I'm going to click this button to show you what it looks like when you hit it, and it brings you up to the app, which is on the App Store. You can get it on Android or on Apple, so it's available for both platforms, which are the 2 most popular. So why have an app? Well, one, it's not that expensive. This is a pay thing. You would have to pay to get the app built. Now, the app itself is free to download, and you're more than welcome to download it. Just search Mingo Central Football on the App Store. But basically, what this allows us to do is communicate with our team so easily. And we get a lot of questions sometimes, guys, on, well, how did you do this? Where can I find the videos for this? Where can I do this? Well, we tell people to get on our app. Now, here's some screenshots from our app that I downloaded just to show you. We've got a group that does live videos of all of our home games, Mingo Central Live. So we put a button on the app. People click that, and it brings up the live video for them. At our away games, WXCC, our local radio station, does the away games. They can hit that button, the radio station comes up. There's a link to our website, our weekly rankings that are posted by our SSAC, which is our sanctioned group that's over our state. We have a record book on there. Everything and anything you'd want to know about our program is on our app. So it makes it real easy. When somebody asks us a question, there's where it is. There's an example. Our schedule's on there. You can click on each individual game. It gives you details, where the game is at, all that stuff. One of the tabs we have is about our stadium. It talks about Harlow Stadium. And what's cool is we synced it up to this button right here. It actually opens the Maps app in your phone and gives you directions. So if you're an away fan, you can know how to get to our stadium. We also put our apparel fundraiser on our app, stuff like that. We have if you hit the state button, it actually brings up an order form. So really cool that PDF files, stuff like that, can be put on the app. Again, that just gives you an idea of some of the extra tabs we've put on our app. But again, guys, just really cool stuff. Just some of the basic things we suggest and showing you what we do. Yeah, it is a whole lot of work having all this stuff. But as a coach or administrator, an athletic director, you could easily manage just a Facebook and a Twitter, and a Maxpreps for that matter. Maxpreps, you aren't really posting anything. You're just making sure your information on there is correct. But again, that's the big things I suggest there. One last little thing I do want to hit on is the programs I use to edit with. A lot of people ask me, well, what do you make those videos with? What do you do with your pictures? My main editor for video stuff is Final Cut Pro X. I'm not going to open it only because I have some projects that I'm currently working on, and there's secret football videos that are coming up for Mingo Central, so can't really show you that yet. But Final Cut Pro X is really cool. It's a great program. Again, I'm on Apple, so this is an Apple-only program, but it's great. Highly recommended. You do have to pay for it, guys. Another program I use for photography is Adobe Lightroom. That's my main photography editor. So for my sports photography, when I'm on the sidelines Friday nights and all that stuff, Lightroom is my main editor. It's really good. It's not that expensive. It's a really good editor for photos. Now, probably my favorite app on here is GIMP. It's this wolf with a paintbrush in his mouth. GIMP is a free program. Free, guys. Remember that. You can do graphics in there, text, anything you want. GIMP can do it. It's basically a free Photoshop. The controls are a little bit different, but it works great. It's really user-friendly, and I like it a lot. So that's basically the three big programs that I use the most. There's a few little things additionally that I'll use, but that's about it. And one last thing, guys, I want to hit on is, a big question we get too is, how often should I be posting stuff? When should I be, letting people know what's going on, all that stuff? Really, in all honesty, if you can post once, maybe once a day is a goal in the long run. But honestly, if you just first get a page set up on Facebook, you first get a Twitter account, if you can make a tweet or a Facebook post a week, one per week, that's great. Just have a schedule and stick to a schedule. The biggest thing is to get that built, and people expect to hear from you at a certain time period. And then you can build it from that. Because when people know you're posting, they're going to follow your page, they're going to like you, and wanting to get to know your information as you share it. Again, just wanted to give a quick overview of what we do at Mingo Central to be so successful on social media. Hope this helps you out a little bit. If you have questions or anything, feel free to message me. My email is weswilsonphotography@gmail.com. You can find my contact info on the football website, which is mingocentralfootball.com, or I'm also on Twitter myself @weswilson247. So hopefully you'll grow your team and your site to become similar to ours. We don't want to be the only team doing this, guys. We want to see more teams, especially in West Virginia, join us and get active on social media and grow. So again, if you have any questions, just shoot me an email message. Thanks for tuning in.